Morning class. Today on our video we're going to be going over the STAR questions, so make sure you go through, you do the PowerPoint review, you fill out your STAR chart, you put in all of the notes that we filled out together. That's going to be really good practice for when you take the real test. And then after you've done the PowerPoint review and the STAR chart, then you can come and do these questions. I'm going to answer these questions so you can see how you did. Make sure you work each of them. There's four. There's two on this page. There's two on the back. Make sure to answer each question before you watch the entire video, okay? So if you haven't answered these questions, go ahead and push pause and watch this later. Push pause now. Alright, so the first question says, at a restaurant, jars of tomato sauce are stored in boxes in the pantry. Each box contains 8 jars of tomato sauce. A cook uses 2 jars from one box. Which function shows a remaining relationship between y, the total number of jars in the box, and x number of boxes in the pantry? Well, so y is going to be the total, and x is the boxes in the pantry. Well, we know there's 8 jars in each box. It says a cook uses 2 jars from one of the boxes. So minus the 2 jars. And this will tell us how many total jars we have. So the answer is C. Alright, next one says the graph of a linear function is shown on this grid. So here's our graph, and then it says which equation is best represented by this graph. Well, we don't do a whole lot of graphing from point-slope form. We use a point and a slope, but we can change all of these into slope-intercept form. So this is point-slope, the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and we want to change it into y equals mx plus b. So what we do, we're going to multiply the slope out, distribute, and then we'll move this value to the other side. So that's what I'm going to do each time. Negative 3 times x and negative 3 times negative 4. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. And we have y plus 7 on the other side. I've got to move the 7, so minus 7, minus 7. Those cancel. We get y equals negative 3x plus 5. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of my equations now. Negative 3 times x, negative 3 times 2. So we get y plus 1 equals negative 3x, and negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Move the 1. Those cancel. We get y equals negative 3x minus 7. Now these two I really don't need to do because the slope is positive 3 and I look at my graph and it's going down. That's negative. So those don't count. So let's look at A and B. Negative 3x, that looks like the right slope, and one crosses at plus 5, the other crosses at negative 7. Well, at positive 5, that's where you hit the y-axis, and negative 7, there's nothing hitting. So it's not B, it is A. Alright, next one says, what value of n makes this equation true? All we have to do is solve for n. I know there's a lot of decimals, but let's just work it out like we would normally do it. If you have a distribute, do that part first. 4 times 0.5 is 2, so that's 2n. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. N minus, and we've got negative 0.25 times 12, which comes out to, is that 3 or 4? Remember, you're going to have a calculator on your test. Might as well use it. And we get, it is negative 3. So minus 3, and then 0.25 times negative 8n. Now, you have a minus times a negative, so you will go positive this time. And this time we get positive 2. so plus 2n. Now look to see if we have any like terms to combine. On the left side, no. On the right side, though, I can combine 1n plus 2n. That'll be 3n's. Okay? Now, make a decision. You can get your n's on the left or the right. I usually like it on the left, so I'm going to move it to the left. Those cancel. We'll get negative 1n minus 12 equals negative 3. Move our 12 over there. Those cancel. Negative 1n equals negative 3 plus 12, so it's positive 9. Divide by negative 1, and n is equal to negative 9. So my answer should be G. If you want to check it, all you have to do, take negative 9, type in this side, and make sure those both come out equal. Last one says, what is the solution to this? 34x plus 95 equals 3 times 14x plus 9. Distribute if you have it. So 3 times 14 is 42. 3 times 9 is 27. Now make a decision. I usually prefer my x's on the left, so I'm going to subtract. 34 minus 42 is negative 8. Move my 95 to the other side. (27 minus 95 gives me negative 68. Divide by negative 8. X equals, what is that? 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Negative by a negative equals a positive, so it's 8.5. Alright, I hope you guys did well on this. That was your review for today. We will continue our blitz next week.